Good afternoon. My name is Dan Dodds. I'm the principal attorney at the Dodds Law Firm. Today's video is entitled, First Impressions Do Matter, and they do. So the first impressions that you're going to have with an attorney is during your consultation. And the first impressions that that attorney is going to have of you is going to occur in that initial consultation. So there are certain things that I think you want to make sure that you're thinking about during that consultation, and I'll share with you the kinds of things that I pay attention to during that initial consultation. So let's begin with the most important person, that's you, the client. During that consultation, you ought to be able to answer this question. Is this an attorney I think I could work with? Second question, do I think this attorney is competent and honest? Third, does this attorney appear to have the legal skills and expertise and results from prior cases that might be necessary to handle my family law case effectively? And then the last thing, and that's an impression, is, well, yeah, I really like this attorney. I think he or she is competent and honest. And yeah, he or she looks like she has the legal skills and expertise to bring me a good outcome. But can I afford the attorney? Well, there's another way to look at that. Can I afford not to have that attorney? And here's the way you got to look at it. All attorneys are not going to charge the same. What's the difference? The difference is both attorneys are going to be relatively intelligent, trust me. They're going to know the law. The difference is track record. And the only thing that gives you a track record is the amount of years and time and cases where you've been able to get into that courtroom and do a job that was successful and brought about the outcome you wanted your client to obtain. Young attorneys are good attorneys. The problem is they just don't have experience. And that's the one thing law school will never teach you, is how to practice law, how to speak to a jury, how to speak to a judge, how to put on a case that puts your client in the best position to win. That only comes with gray hair. I have a little of that. From an attorney's perspective, we're looking at you, and if you're in one of my consultations, I'm not going to hide it. I'll tell you what I'm looking at. The first thing I'm going to look at and say is, what's the nature of your legal problem or your concern? Do we practice in that area of the law? And if we do, is it something that we've had success with? So if we don't feel good about that, we shouldn't take your case. The second issue that I'm going to look at is whether I, as an attorney, or one of the attorneys that I employ that work for me and work for the clients that we retain, do we have the expertise and time available to accept the case? Now, let's talk about time. And I don't mean this in a demeaning way. Experienced attorneys that have a track record of success, their biggest variable is time. If I've got all kinds of clients, I may not have time to take on another client. And one of the things that's very important in our law firm is once we make a commitment to a client, we've made a commitment. And that may take a lot of our time to meet that commitment. We are never going to take a new client at the cost of having to give our existing clients less time. To me, that's unethical and dishonest, and we refuse to do it. Now, that doesn't mean we don't like you. It doesn't mean that we don't think you've got a good case. It just means that we don't have time to take on that case at this point in time. So we would refer you to another law firm, but again, in no way are we trying to tell you that you don't have a good case but we would try and get you aligned with an attorney that might have more time. Or we know that one of the attorneys is closing a case next week, so you could take that slot. The last thing I would look at is the fit between the client and the attorney, the compatibility factor. Well, after I'm 70, going almost on 74 years, I've learned something, and I want to share it with you. Calm, thoughtful people feel most comfortable working with calm, thoughtful attorneys. Now, the other side of that coin, and it's not a bad side, it's just a different side of the coin. It's like a silver dollar. It's a dollar. One's got a head, one's got a tails. One's not better than the other. But the other kind of is this. Aggressive, hard-charging people feel most comfortable working with aggressive, hard-charging attorneys. Now, I've got my opinions about that. That's not somewhat important. It's getting the fit right. The worst thing you can have for you, the client, and the attorney is a calm, thoughtful client and an aggressive, hard-charging attorney. It's like being on two railroad tracks, but one's running faster than the other one. Or one's more aggressive than you're comfortable with. So don't get an attorney that you don't feel comfortable with, because any good attorney wants to be comfortable with their client. So those are the factors that I think if you can be aware of, make sure when you walk out of that consultation, if you say, well, hey, I met with Dan Dotz, I think I could work with him. His reviews and his former clients sure demonstrate that he must be competent and honest, or the attorneys he employs are competent and honest, and they do possess the legal skills and expertise that I will need to be successful in my family law case. Trust me, don't cheat yourself by getting the cheaper attorney getting a bad outcome, because it's going to cost you a lot more money to get it right down the road. So doing it right the first time is always going to be more important. You just need to accept the fact that those competent, effective, successful attorneys are going to cost you more money. Well, I hope this information proves to be helpful in helping you find the attorney that can help you solve and resolve the problem that's of concern to you. If you'd like to talk with us some more about your family law concerns, please give us a phone call, and the information on the screen that's going to come up here in a moment, and we'd love to spend some time with you. And if you can answer, yes, I think I could work with Dodds. Yes, I think he's competent and honest. Yes, I think he and his attorneys have the legal skills. I will find a way to afford that attorney, because I want the outcome that he's demonstrated that we can get. You'll have the best attorney, and if you can't say that, that's okay. I respect that. Have a good day. Look forward to talking with you.